let's just get through this. Hello YouTube, it's Mr. Boyer, and with another Transformer review, we're going to take a look at the Voyager class Nexus Prime figure for Transformers Age of the Primes. So this is a Voyager class figure that can combine, well, at least so far, can only combine with the Superion frame, which came with Age of the Prime Silverbolt. So yeah, so this guy can technically combine, which we'll get to that later. But so on the packaging, you get Nexus Prime himself, a pair of wing blasters, which of course they are attached to the side of the jet mode, and the Enigma combination. So, of course, we'll take a quick look at this before I get to the nitty gritty here. So, the Enigma is actually quite nice. I mean, just a simple piece of plastic, just with nice silver paint. I guess it looks like marigold. I guess marigold paint from the looks of it. And we got Nexus Prime's insignia in the middle. So, yeah. Of course, there's a peg on the back. That's it. And of course, this can peg underneath the nose cone. Like that. And it's not going anywhere. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's get to the jet mode. Now, let's keep an open mind about this figure. Because when official photos came out for this guy, along with Leech Maximo, this guy had a lot of drama surrounding this guy. Because if you know your Transformers lore, Nexus Prime was the first ever combiner created from Primus. But unfortunately, in the current state that it's in, because of real world circumstances, I think, maybe because of budget cuts, we're only getting just the torso bot this year. The Limbots, even though this may be confirmed by Hasbro, I think, they say that the Limbots are going to come some point next year. So yeah, we're going to stick with this throughout the rest of the year until those four come out. So yeah. So yeah. So again, let's keep an open mind about this figure, okay? I mean, because in my opinion, this figure is a mixed bag. I mean, we'll get to it. So let's talk about the goods. I mean, no, well, before we get to that, let's talk about, like, we're going to take a look at the worst looking mode of the three that Nexus Prime has. So let's take a look at the jet mode. You guys can tell, everyone says this, in every single review I see, this is a flying rectangle with wings and a nose cone. Yeah, it's a flying pizza box or something like that, but nicely detailed, which I will give Hasbro that. So, I mean, I love the nice paint on the cockpit or canopy, the marigold. I think it might be gold paint. For the chest, which will become the chest, which again, typical Hasbro standard detailing. Again, nicely done. I will give them that. So yeah, it doesn't much to do on its own, except you can only store the Enigma underneath the nose cone. Now, this is on my figure, but the nose cone likes to pop off easily, but it's just on my copy. But of course, it pops on. Of course, it goes on very easily. And as you can see, that is the back of the combiner head. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid. Don't get me wrong; it's not too bad. And of course, the wings can well up and down. Of course. Now, before we get to the robot mode configuration, let's take a look at the one of the wing blasters real quick. Again, nothing crazy. It's just, it's a single piece of plastic with a wing. Enough said. So, yeah. Now, on Twitter and some other sites, there are people out there that actually came up with their own jet modes, which look a little bit more better than this one. A lot more aerodynamic. But let's be real about this design here. It's just an alien ship, okay? They're not meant to be aerodynamic. Well, they can sometimes be, or sometimes not aerodynamic. Let's be real. I mean, because, hey, Transformers are alien robots, okay? Let's get that out there. So, well, everyone knows that, I should say. All right, with that out of the way, let's get right to the robot mode transformation. Oh, before we get to the robot mode configuration, or transformation, I should say, on the instructions and even on the box, it shows you the name of the artifact in Cybertronian. Of course, it says the Enigma of Combination. So, there you go. And of course, here's the promo art of Nexus Prime, which what he's supposed to be. I got a combiner. Of course, you can see that this is him holding the Enigma. So, yeah. Just some promo art from, I think from 2 years. I think from a year ago. So, yeah. So, for transformation, you do not need to remove the Enigma. Keep it on there. But you do have to remove the wing blasters. So, those have to come off. So, put this to the side. And here we go. So first things first, we're gonna go in and take these black pieces here, and go fold them down like this. But you can see there's a double, they're on a double hinge, but we're gonna use this hinge here, and do the same on the other side, like that. Then come in here and you're gonna flip these up, which you can tell these are the arms. Of course, you can tell from the fists in there, like that. And then from here, we're gonna take these red bits here and you're gonna swing them down like this. And I actually move the arms by the way. And then you're gonna turn from the waist like this. Or actually, no, wait, hold on. Rotate this around so the way the hole is facing back. Then twist the waist up here, the waist like this. And then from here, you're gonna fold down the legs like this, and twist it from the thigh, so just like this, so that the black bits are facing so that the knees are like bending like this, which you get to your articulation later. Now I'm gonna take these panels here, you go flip them, and they are tight, so and they simply snap onto the side like that, so it covers up this gap here, so quite nicely. And then you're gonna fold down the actually detach this and then fold this down, and you're gonna accordion the arms in this assembly in, so just like this, so like that, and fold this in like that. There we go, easy enough. And we'll go flip up Nexus Prime's head up there, up like that, I should say. And then go and twist the arms like this, and I'm gonna push the fist one way, so you can say they're kind of like this. You want them like this, so just like that. And then I'm gonna come up here and fold down the nose cone. Your nose cone, flip this up, pull it down again, just like that. And we're not done yet. What we just gotta do is plug the wing blasters onto the side like this. And if you want to, you can go in. You can plug in the Enigma, which we'll get to that later. Well, actually, let's get to that right now. Here we go. Of course, we'll plug the Enigma in here, just like that. And there you have Nexus Prime in robot mode. So here's Nexus Prime in robot mode. So let's take a look. I can see his robot mode is not too bad. I mean, despite what people say, it looks okay. I mean, it's not bad, not terrible looking. Again, the details are right there, which are pretty neat. So yeah. So yeah, of course, got the nice gold paint on the shins. So, nothing crazy going on. Now, the color scheme and the raw mode design does have some explanation, requires some explanation. So, starting with the design here, the detailing, especially with the head and the chest, these are based off of his Transformers 1 look in the movie Transformers 1, where basically his color scheme in that movie was like yellow and blue in Transformers 1. They kept the pilot helmet design from and brought and adapted into this, and same goes for the chest as well. So that's that. Now the color scheme being black, red, and blue does require some explanation, because this supposedly it's actually a reference to Nexus Prime or Nexus Maximus from Transformers Energon, which was which basically in toy form was sold as freebies from the Transformers Collectors Club, if I can gather. That spanned for like 5 years. Like 1 year equals, like 1 year is one figure. Well, like, yeah, from 2005 till 2009. Yeah, look this up on TF Wiki, but so yeah, so every year, every year you got one component of Nexus Prime, then the next year the second component of Nexus Maximus, I should say. So basically, you can see how the color scheme is basically red, blue, and black. So from those freebies back from Transformers Energon, so that's where they got this color scheme from. So yeah. Now this guy can't do anything on his own. Roman will expect, hold the Enigma, or you can make him hold the wing blasters, which you could do that. Of course, we'll put those into his hand. And, okay, why aren't you going in? There we go. Okay, so there you go. Make him hold his blasters there. Of course, you can store. All right, put the Enigma back. So there you go. And yeah, this is for accessories. But let's get to the articulation, because the articulation is, of course, standard for, you know, Transformer figure. So start with the head. It is on a ball joint. Of course, it can look side to side. And of course, we'll show off one arm because the other arm has the same exact points of articulation. So obviously, go out straight to the side, straight out to the side here. They can swing all the way around. There's a elbow swivel. There's an elbow swivel here. Bicep swivel, elbow joint, and of course, there's a wrist joint. But because of transformation, it can only go one direction because of transformation. So yeah. Now there's waist articulation. Just be mindful of the nose cone that can get in the way. So that's that. So of course the legs can go forward, they can go backward, they can go out. This can go out to the side. Thigh swivel here. Of course, there's a double mushroom peg there. Knee joint, which I showed out earlier, and there's an ankle tilt. So you can get Nexus Prime to some pretty cool poses. So that's something. That's something good coming out of Nexus Prime here. So yeah. Now we're gonna get right into the torso configuration. All right, next we're going to take a look at, now the final mode we're going to take a look at is the torso configuration. Now, it's easier if you start from vehicle mode here because it's a little quicker and it has less steps to worry about. So we're going to unpeg. So we're going to unpeg the feet. What will become the feet? Well, just for now, really like this. And then we'll go ahead and fold this down. And of course, we'll flip up the nose cone up here for now. You can see there's the head. I should fold this up for now. And we're going to lift these up like this. And from now we're going to take the black pieces here, because what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to fold these. Well, this little hole right here is supposed to go in this tab. So it has to go with this tab here. So that's why you can see there's a second hinge here. So now, fair warning, this is tight. So okay, well, depending on your copy, but you can see it folds in like that, just like that. And then we'll go do the same here, and you may pinch your finger from this, but just to get some leverage, just hold. There we go, just like that. And then fold this in like that. Here we go. And I believe I don't know if you're supposed to fold these. No, I don't think so. No. I try to think. I was wondering, are you supposed to fold these panels in? I don't think so. And we're gonna go ahead and okay. Now what's gonna happen is that these are the arms, right? Actually, fold this. Actually, we're gonna fold. Actually, swing this out. Just swing this to the side. You fold that down, and. Okay, actually. Okay, here we go. How are you supposed to, like... Oh, wait a minute, I'm dumb. Okay, you're supposed to fold this in like this, then twist the arm, and then you could then you have to peg this into here. Okay, my bad. My bad, guys. My bad. All right, and yes, go ahead and fold this down. So it's out of the way, and peg this in. There we go, just like that. So fold this in like that, and then again make sure the fist holes are facing out. So just like that. So there we go, just like that. And then fold this down just to complete it. And then if you want to fill the gaps here, that's where the wing blasters come in. And then simply plug onto the side like this. And there we go. And here we have the torso configuration. Not bad. I mean, again, it's not terrible. I mean, I know some people don't like it because, you know, there's a lot of hollow bits going on here. But yeah, this is the torso configuration here. And of course, here's the head design, which will get a better look at it. Now, the head design, the combiner head, is actually ripped from the Covenant of Primus, for what I can understand. So, yep, so it's pretty cool. And, yeah, now, just to let you know, I do not have Superion, or I'm sorry, Silverbolt that transforms into the Superion frame, unfortunately. So I cannot show this off with those guys. So it's since I don't own Age of the Prime's Superion. So yeah, he's gonna just have to leave this as it is. Well, at least for robot and vehicle mode. So that concludes my review of Nexus Prime. So overall, like I said at the beginning of my video, this guy is a mixed bag. There's some good bits, there are some bad bits. Like the bad bits is pretty much the vehicle mode being a flying block, I should say. And and because if you know some of the color schemes from, well, not counting Star Optimus Prime, well, I just say this guy and Star Optimus Prime, who are part of the 13, they stick out the sore thumb because the rest of the 13 Primes have like a muted color scheme going on. I mean, like, you know, like Solus Prime being, you know, dark purple, like royal purple. Micronus Prime being like kind of a dark green or dark teal color. And Alchemist Prime being like a forest green color, like a dark green color. You know, a lot of the primes have a muted color scheme because, you know, they're ancient. But this guy and Star Optimus Prime, they stick out like sore thumbs because they've kind of a flashy color scheme going on. But that's all I gotta say. But now the good bit here is the quality. I mean, the good bits is that nicely detailed, and the quality and articulation is very good. I will give Hasbro that. So yeah. Now, I just say the only bad bit. Well, the only bad bit, and it's kind of plain obvious, is this guy is supposed to be a combiner, right? I mean, we know Nexus Prime is a combiner, which I said this early in my video, or at this video. We were expecting like maybe a combiner set, similar to how Power of the Prime's Predaking was sold. Like, we got all five figures in one box. We were expecting it to happen with this guy, but no. Maybe because of real world circumstances, maybe budget cuts, we only got just the torso bot this year. Because we have to wait till next year in 2027 for the limb bots that go along with this guy to come out. Yeah, it's rather unfortunate. Because of, you know, that's what started the whole drama surrounding this guy. But as a figure alone, as a standalone figure, he's okay. Just okay. I mean, do I recommend this guy? Well, if you own Age of the Prime Superion, Age of the Prime Superion, and you got the Silverbolt figure that transformed into a frame for Superion, you got to replace Silverbolt and replace it with Nexus Prime in its torso mode. If I can gather, that is the only frame that Nexus Prime is compatible with. At least so far. I don't know if he's compatible with the Menasor one. Or maybe it's just a Superion frame. So yeah. But as for me, of course, you know, I want to get all 13 primes regardless of, you know, condition and what state they're in. So I'm glad I got this guy. I mean, I got this guy from Entertainment Earth, by the way, not from Amazon this time. I got this guy from Entertainment Earth. So yeah, I mean, yeah, something different from Amazon, you know, from Amazon or Hasbro Pulse or Hasbro Toy Shop, Entertainment Earth. So yeah, you know, and since I mentioned Entertainment Earth, hopefully Leash Maximo will come out from that set. I'll get him the same way as I did for this guy. So yeah, so overall, Nexus Prime is okay. Again, I can recommend this if you're a fan of Nexus Prime, if you want to get all 13 Prime figures, and you want to complete your 13 Prime collection, or if you don't waste your money, you can go ahead and get maybe Leash Maximo, which at the time of recording, I believe he's available in some countries now, but we just gotta wait till he hits some United States shelves, you know, here in the States. So yeah. And in case you're wondering, yes, my next review after this guy will be Leash Maximo from Age of the Primes. Though you know he's not out yet at the time of recording, But hopefully Leash Maximo, the manipulator himself, will be better than Nexus Prime. Well, at least a lot better than Nexus Prime. So, thank you for watching. Like what you saw, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon next to it. You can follow my Twitter/X and link my Facebook page. Links in the description below. And with that, this is Chester Boy 2010. This is Chester Boy Reviews saying, sign off and have a good day. See ya.